Hello everyone, welcome to CodeMed Mastery. In this video, we are going to discuss about medical terminologies related to CPC exam. So let's begin. So the number of questions in your CPC exam from medical terminology section will be 4. So you must try to get all these 4 questions correctly so that there are better chances for you to clear your exam. In medical terminologies, there are 4 categories of terms, that is prefix, which is the beginning of a word, for example pre or hyper, suffix, which is the ending of a word, for example stomy, or itis, this is itis, and root, which is the foundation of a word, for example hepat, and combining vowel such as o, which comes in between. You can see the example gastrohepatitis, where o is the combining vowel. So for example, you can see the word pericarditis. The meaning of this word is inflammation around the heart. So here peri means around, card is heart, and itis is inflammation. Another example is hyperleukocytosis. The meaning of this word is excess white blood cells. So hyper means excess, leuko means white, cyte is cell, osis meaning condition of. Hyper is the prefix, leuko is the combining form, cyte is the root, and osis is a suffix. So in your CPT book, in page number 22 and 23, you can find few medical terminologies which you can refer to during your exam. But it is always better for you to learn all these terminologies so that you solve your questions fast. Okay. So let us start with the prefixes pertaining to numbers. So prefix mono means 1. For example, monocyte. Uni means also 1. Example is unilateral. Bi meaning 2. Example is bilateral. Tri meaning 3. Example is triad. Quadri meaning 4. For example, quadriplegia. And hex means 6. Hexos. And diplo means double. Diplopia is the example. Let us see some prefixes related to conditions. So ambi means both. For example, ambidextrous. Aniso means unequal. For example, anisocoria. Dis means bad, painful, difficult. For example, dysphoria. Dysphoria is a mental state of dissatisfaction. Eu means good or normal. Euthanasia. Hetero means different, heterogeneous. Homo means same, homogeneous. Hyper is excessive or above. For example, hypogastric. Hypo means deficient or below, which is hypogastric. That's the example. Iso means equal, same. For example, isotonic. Mal means bad or poor. For example, malaise. Megalo means large, enlargement. For example, megalocardia. Let us see some prefixes related to directions and positions. So ab means away from. For example, abduction. Ad means towards. For example, adduction. Ecto or exo means outside. For example, ectopic or exocrine. Endo means within. For example, endoscope. Epi means upon. For example, epigastric. Infra is below, under. For example, infrastructure. Ipsi means same. Example, ipsilateral. Meso means middle. For example, mesopexy. Meta, which means after or beyond transformation. For example, metastasis. Peri means surrounding. That is pericardium. Retro means behind or back. For example, retroversion. Trans means across or through. For example, transvaginal. Let us learn some more prefixes. For example, primi. Primi means first. Quadri means 4. Circum means around. A meaning without. Anti is against. Pseudo means false. Ultra means beyond or excess. Mast refers to breast. Brady refers to slow. Tachy means fast or rapid. This is bad or painful. Hetero means different. Homo meaning same. Eu meaning good or normal. Homo means same. This is repeated. Mal means bad. Pan meaning all. Now let us learn some suffixes related to surgical procedures. The suffix centesis means puncture a cavity to remove fluid. for example, amniocentesis. Ectomy means surgical removal or excision, for example, appendectomy. Ostomy meaning a new permanent opening, for example, colostomy. All these are procedures. Otomy means cutting into or incision, for example, tracheotomy. Rapie means surgical repair or suture, for example, herniorrhapy. Opexy is the surgical fixation, for example, nephropexy. Oplasty is the surgical repair, for example, rhinoplasty. Otripsy means crushing or destroying, for example, lithotripsy. Now let us learn some suffixes related to conditions. So the suffix algia means pain, for example, neuralgia. Asthenia means weakness, for example, myasthenia. Emia meaning blood, for example, anemia. Iasis is pertaining to condition of, for example, amoebiasis. Itis meaning inflammation, for example, appendicitis. So appendicitis means inflammation of the appendix. Lysis means destruction or breakdown, for example, hemolysis. Lytic meaning destroy, breakdown, example, hemolytic. Oid means like, for example, lipoid. Oma meaning tumor, for example, carcinoma. Opathy means disease of, for example, arthropathy. Regia meaning hemorrhage, example, menorrhagia. Urea means flow or discharge, for example, amenorrhea. Oocyst means abnormal condition of something, for example, tuberculosis. Paresis meaning weakness, for example, hemiparesis. Here there are few more conditions. Plagia meaning growth, for example, hyperplasia. Plagia meaning paralysis, example, paraplegia. Apnea meaning breathing. Let us see some more suffixes. Rhexis meaning rupture. Sclerosis meaning hardening. Megaly is enlargement. Penia is deficiency or decrease in something. Rage means bursting forth. Phagia means eating or swallowing. Spasm is involuntary contraction or twitching. Trophy is development. Stenosis means narrowing of a structure. Toxic is poison. And desis means binding. Phobia means fear. Phagia is speech. Plagia is formation or growth. Ptosis means prolapsis or downward displacement of something. Distal is farthest from center. Salpingo is a fallopian tube. Lipo means fat. Emesis is vomiting. Procto means rectum. Retro is behind. Inter means between. Infra is below. Let us learn few more medical terminologies. The medical term anterior or ventral means at or near the front of the surface of the body. Posterior or dorsal means at or near the back of the surface of the body. Anterior or ventral means front surface of the body. Posterior or dorsal means back surface of the body. Superior meaning above, inferior is below. Lateral meaning side. Distal is farthest from the center. Proximal means near to the center. Medial is middle, easy to remember. Supine means face up or palm up. Prone means face down or palm down. Sagittal is a vertical body plane. So all these things, sagittal, transverse and coronal, all these are body planes. So sagittal is a vertical body plane which divides the body into equal right and left sides. We learn this with a diagram also. Transverse is horizontal body plane which divides the body into top and bottom sections. Coronal is the vertical body plane which divides the body into front and back sections. Let us learn the body planes through this diagram. This diagram is present in your CPT book. So this is the coronal plane. It divides the body into front and back sections. This is the horizontal or transverse plane. It divides the body into top and bottom sections. Next is the sagittal plane. It divides the body into equal right and left sides. Let us learn the body aspects. This is the side view. So here you can see the dorsal surface of the hand, the palmar surface of the hand. So this is the anterior aspect of the body. This is the posterior aspect of the body. Anterior aspect means front. Posterior aspect means back surface of the body. and you can see superior, which is above, that is the cranial aspect, and inferior aspect, which is the below. Let us see the body planes, which is the front view. So here you can see the sagittal plane, which divides the body into right and left sections. Proximal end of the upper limb, distal end of the upper limb. Proximal means it is nearer to the center, distal means away from the center. This is the ulnar side of the hand, and here you can see radial, thumb side of the hand. So all these images are there in your CPT book. While taking your exam, if you get any doubt, you can always refer to these diagrams. If you are interested to know the current CPC exam pattern, please check out my video linked at the top of this video, and I will also share it in the description box.